Good morning and God bless you, Patriots. In the wake of Charlie Kirk's death, we have seen theories come out of the woodwork, numerous theories that we've gone over here. And today we throw another one in the mix, but really, I'm hoping to wrap this stuff up soon. And after today, I'd like to only show Charlie Kirk in the light of all the good things he did. But we have seen all kinds of things, from the theory that he's dead to not dead, to the disappearing ring, the chair going through another chair, you name it. We've seen everything. And the ultimate question is, who's lying, if anybody? And we looked at Kash Patel's post yesterday, which is very revealing. And looking at the video we're about to look at here, which some of you may have seen already, it makes this post make more sense at the very least. Talking about how deeply they're going into the investigation. We're examining every facet of this assassination, meticulously investigating theories and questions, including the location from where the shot was taken, the possibility of accomplices, which I definitely believe there were, the text message, confession, and related conversations, Discord chats, angle of the shot and impact, which is what we're going to look at today, how the weapon was transported, which is probably the biggest sign that something was off, and hand gestures, which I found interesting because what we saw, those signals so-called, was from his bodyguards, which is pretty big, which means even they're being investigated. Visitors that were there being investigated. So this theory we're going to look at real quick, and it's a short video. It came up early on, but there are some issues with it, like every theory, and it's sort of about the angle of the shot. And I want to look at it real quick and talk about it because it's a great video.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now have acquired proof that the FBI's official story is false, whether knowingly or unknowingly. We're going to have an entire monologue and talk about a lot of these things after I show you this, but if you take nothing else away from this video, you need to see this.
And in that video, you can see the same, what appears to be the bullet coming down, and it does line up with the actual gunshot itself.
So you're not counting gang violence. Great.
So this video was created by a friend of mine who is a Marine. You'll see him here at the end. This is the angle he is showing the shot coming from, showing where Charlie was sitting, and the angle of the shot, which will correspond with this video here, which unfortunately we will blur out Charlie's face, but we will show what is necessary to prove that this was an entry and exit wound. So you'll see him circle the highlighted area right there, and you'll see the exit wound corresponding after, a split second after, as it would from an entry and exit wound. So in this footage, you can clearly see that Charlie is shot from his back right, and there is blood splatter coming out of the entry wound immediately after a shot. The first arc is kind of down, as if it's just gushing out from the entry wound. And then the second shot corresponds with when his head kind of snaps forward, that fluid then flips up.
Now, people had mentioned that early on, and I never looked much more at that theory. And you could say, well, it doesn't add up with a 30-06, but if that's from a different angle, you don't know what kind of gun was fired. But, I would have thought the exit wound would be bigger. And I'm sorry for this being slightly gory. But it does coincide with them saying they were still looking for a bullet, which if this had happened, the bullet would have gone into the ground not too far away from where he was at, which begs the question, why were they laying new concrete over the area that he was sitting immediately afterwards? So that also begs the question with the medical examiner saying that they found no exit wound, indicating that there was only one bullet hole, no entry exit, no exit, just indicating more or less that they found the bullet inside of him. So who's lying? Was it found inside of him? Was it not found inside of him? That would make a big difference as to this point right here. I want to know what you guys think about it. I'm going to let this guy finish, and he wanted people to share this video.
In relation to that motion, so you can see there's that second splatter flipping up into the air. This is something that I hadn't seen to this date. I saw this for the first time late in the evening yesterday, and I decided that this needed to be put out immediately because no one that I know of is talking about this. So big shout out to my friend who actually found this and created this video. You'll see him here in just a moment, but let's just one more time look at this shot. You see bullet comes in that circled area. You have the blood splatter go down, then up, and then immediately after, you see the exit right here with the skin being pierced, and then the exit wound emerges. And again, that is not a far distance for a bullet to travel, whatever the caliber is, whether it be 5.56, 308, 30-06. It's not even a debate at this point. It doesn't matter what.
He's right. And everything about this, if it happened, is very professional. If you were going to do it, you'd probably want to use dummy shooters, a guy on the roof to have people staring at, a guy in the audience screaming and flailing his arms for people to look at, several false shooters, for people to point their attention to and their cameras to. And at this point, it's been almost 2 weeks of speculation. And that while this sort of helps things slightly make sense, it sort of takes other theories and makes them look a little bleh. So somebody somewhere is lying about something. But what do you guys think about this angle?
What caliber killed him. What matters is that the official narrative is not true. Again, whether the FBI knows or not that they're lying, but this is 100% conclusive evidence that Charlie Kirk was shot in the back of the head, and it exited through the front of his throat. All of the evidence points to Charlie being shot from his back right. Now, including this little blood splatter that we can see here against the white backdrop, the extreme hemorrhaging from the front of his neck, which again corresponds with an exit wound, the extreme loss of blood. No matter what the caliber is, that distance, that amount of meat is not enough for most bullets to expand. I mean, 99.9% of bullets will not expand in that short distance. Most of them require 12 to 14 to 16 inches even sometimes of tissue to expand properly. Also, Charlie tensing up correlates and proves that
I have to say, even today, the shirt still doesn't look right, does it? It's like the shirt puffs up right before the hole appears, and that never seemed right. And, maybe if anything, this is a good lesson in teaching people how to look for these things with the fake media that we have and the kinds of things they're doing today. It has helped people use critical thinking skills to look at this, and it's sad that it took something like this for some people to pay attention. But looking at this, it does look like the angle, and that would put the shooter standing in a whole different place.
he was hit in his spine. It's a spinal injury. Any of the game that I've shot in the neck or in the high vitals where you impact the spine, the game usually drops right in its tracks because you sever the spinal cord. This is, again, exactly what we see with Charlie. He tenses up. His head movement also correlates with being shot in the back of the head. His head snaps forward, and then he tenses up, and you see him fade away, drop the mic, and was absolutely traumatizing video footage. And I'm sorry to have to show you guys this again, but this needs to be seen and talked about because this is going to be suppressed in the algorithm. So make sure you share this with any of your friends, your family members. Save this video, whatever you need to do. So this video was actually provided to the channel by a friend of mine who is a Marine, and I forgot to show you the end of the video here. So this is my friend who actually made the video. I want to just give him a shout out. I will link his socials down in the description below. Again, he is the one who brought this to my attention. This is his video. He created this. He did the drawings on it, and he sent it to me to allow me to use it to show you guys what we're talking about. So he says, I have been shot many times, 3 times to be exact, and I know exit and entry wounds. I have extensive firearms training inside the Marines and the civilian world as well. It appears that Charlie was shot in the back right side of his head and the bullet exited through his neck. The moment I saw the video and he tensed up, I thought, that looks like a headshot given the fact that he seized up. It is very common. It is a very common occurrence with a headshot. So this dude, of all people, would know what an entry and exit wound looks like on his own body, literally up close in 4K HD, as they say. So if anyone is qualified to talk about it, it is this dude. He is a super cool guy. So please go ahead and check him out. And I really appreciate him sending me this over, because until he sent this to me, I just hadn't seen anything like it. Now, I wanted to be sure, and I wanted to make sure that wasn't like doctored footage. So I went to one of the original videos that I saw posted the day of Charlie's assassination. And right here I have it paused where you can see that splash that I'm talking about from the entry wound. And you can see it slowed down. This guy in this video is actually talking about the F in this on his shirt and the ring, some other stuff that really has nothing to do with it. People are arguing about body armor. You could see Charlie's, his nipples through his shirt, his chest, his breasts through his shirt, but you can see that he has no body armor on right here, okay? This would all be one slick piece of plate. It's already been established there's no body armor, so this is actual proof right here. He slowed this video down perfect. You see the blood right here, dripping out of his head from the entry wound, and the bullet is coming from here down through here. Okay, hit play, and there it goes.
And that's really the gist of this video, and it really is like JFK all over again. It feels like, are your medical examiners lying? Or, I mean, it does look to me by Kash Patel's FBI letter that they're taking it seriously and that they're looking at all aspects of this. But, what are the American people to think? It is sad everybody's jumped to speculation before we even really had all the facts. And that's just sort of the nature of this propaganda beast we live in. It's not a propaganda beast. It's more like I don't know what you'd call it, but again, somebody somewhere is lying, and I know all the experts we listen to, a few of them say for sure that he's dead. A few of them say for sure that he's not. So, and it's not like you have to make up your mind in this or something. It's not like you're forced into a decision. And that's why I'm saying after today, I really don't even want to look at this anymore, because I'd rather remember all the good lessons he taught people. But Jedi pointed this video out to me that just came out, and there were people that had pointed this theory out early on about seeing blood at the back of his head, but I guess I had never noticed it till then. This video, I want to share the guy's channel here so you guys can look at it if you want to look at it yourselves. Put on the screen. That's humongous. Can you read it? That's his channel, and you can go check out his video yourself. It's only like 9 minutes long, but again, what do you think? The examiner said there was no exit wound, right? And the FBI said they were still looking for a bullet at some point, even though they would have known that the bullet had been lodged inside his body. And then the university rushes to cover up the crime scene by laying all new concrete in an area where the bullet probably would have gone if there was an exit wound. And they go around telling you, Charlie had these amazing bones and it stopped the bullet. And it's sad how much influence there is, even in this country, people seem paid off. And again, I know there's that possibility. It's all just a big military operation, but and I don't mean to drive you guys crazy with it by any means. I just wanted to point out the video, share it with you, let you guys take a look and see what you thought about that theory, that angle. Yeah, I know, Regina, it's difficult. Is it part of a movie, part of the movie? I mean, it is, whether it's meant to be or not, it is at this point. So that's kind of what we have to accept, the present, and just kind of live with what is. It is what it is, and we don't like it, and it's frustrating, and there's questions out the wazoo, but it's better to be respectful and not to speculate and guess and poke it to death. Oh, I know, Regina. You would think people would have better things to do, and I know I do, and I need to get to it, so, but it's just what people do. That video alone isn't even a day old, and it's got 1.5 million views. It's just, you know. And this video I'm doing right now, this is probably the most upfront title I've ever used. I don't like using these titles that sort of I can't think of the word, and I use it all the time. Either way, you get what I'm saying. So I'll be on tonight with our regular news update. We'll see what Trump does today. I'm looking forward to his United Nations speech. I have a feeling it's going to be pretty forward and fascinating, historic. So we'll look for that, and whatever else is going on today, we'll talk about it tonight. Again, just wanted to throw this out there to you, see what you thought about that theory about a shot coming from a different direction. Would have come from behind him, basically, like up over his shoulder. So, and again, if you're going to do something like that, might as well confuse everyone around you and have a bunch of different people that appear to be a shooter, which seems to be what they've done. So it's whether it's a white hat military op or black hat military op, certainly looks like exactly that one way or another. Did I miss the speech, Marilyn? Did he already give the UN speech? I don't think he did, but is that happening now? We can take a look for a second. I don't think it's started yet, but I could be wrong. I know the live streams have started, so I highly recommend watching it. Let's see if Trump's been on yet.
Not every 24-hour smile is created equal, and that's the part they're leaving out. Gaps that trap food, receding gums.
Body of sorts, a globalist body such as the United Nations, while also trying to encourage Europe to get away from this migrant crisis that's led to a rebuke of their heritage. He was very open about that, also in regards to criticizing climate change. And it was great to see the camera pan out to certain nations that aren't necessarily on the United States side.
No, that's true. And as to the migrant crisis, listen, there are a whole lot of factors related to this, but it's very interesting. I see, and they're anecdotal. I don't know how broadly these statements are made, but you see these videos.
You're saying Trump already spoke? Okay. Well, we'll look for it. We'll look for it tonight. Don't want to get too deep into things, but morning, Mary. Anyway, just wanted to show you guys that. And I wasn't sure if I was going to put it on here or not. I didn't want to frustrate you guys with this anymore, because it's really not worth ruining your day over, or speculating whether you should believe this person or that person, or if you're being lied to by them or they. And I know that kind of defeats the purpose of the title, Who's Lying, but I don't think it's Kash Patel or Trump, so there's that. Anyway, guys, yeah, definitely share his video, his channel there, Range Day Bro, and let people make up their own mind. Warn people, it's slightly graphic, and I should have warned you guys about that, but we'll see what comes of it. There's a big FBI investigation, and if you haven't yet, check out Tucker Carlson's new thing on 9/11. It's pretty good, pretty straightforward about the lies we get told on that situation. So, yeah. Anyway, folks, I think I got the light fixed in here slightly. You can actually see my color today. I don't look like a ghost. I'll be on tonight, my friends and patriots, my ladies and gentlemen friends here. We'll go into things deeply, but wanted to do this separate because I don't want to keep going there and letting this take over the show. So there's your Charlie Kirk update for today. Be careful about the news. My mom came to me yesterday and said, Barbara Streisand and Ellen both died. I said, no, they didn't. Watch out for that news, patriots. I love you. I'll see you at 7 p.m. Central tonight. God bless you.